Hi, my name is Christina Traxler, and I am doing the analytical chemistry problem set video. And my problem was from problem set 1, question 11. Question 11 says, a landfill was monitored to verify that toxic compounds were not leaching into the local water supply. Wells drilled at 21 locations were monitored over a year, and pollutants were only observed at sites 8, 11, 12, and 13. And my question specifically is B, which says, monitoring all sites each month is very expensive. Suggest a strategy to use composite samples made from more than one well at a time to reduce the cost of routine monitoring. So basically the question is saying, how can we test majority of the lake without testing everything? Because obviously that would be really costly and they're not going to do that every single month. So some of the different sampling ways and statistics are you can sample the entire population, which is not what they want to do. Or you can sample, like in this case, all of the wells are labeled, and you could do like a sample of wells 1 through 5, 5 through 10, things like that, and test those each month. But that would not be a good way to do it for this particular problem, because if you look at the wells themselves, like wells 1 through 6 are all in the same area. So if you tested 1 through 5, you're missing an entire half of the lake, of the creek. You're missing that whole opposite side of the creek, and you're missing the trench up there, and there could be a good chance that there's a pollutant in there that you might miss for a couple months if you didn't get to that number and specifically. So another way that sampling is done in statistics is a random sample. So in random samples, each point, or in this case each well, would have an equal chance of being chosen each month. So you could choose 5 or 6 of them if you wanted to and test those. That would be a better way to do it than just sampling by number, but that wouldn't be the best way to do it, because since the points on the lake are spread out, like let's say they did a random sample of 5 points. What if they got points 7, 21, 11, and 18? That's all on this side of the creek. You're not really testing anything on the opposite side of the landfill. So you could potentially have 2 or 3 months where you're missing an entire chunk just because of the way the numbers fall. And there's like always a chance that you could get the same number a couple months in a row, or you could get the same area a couple months in a row, and you're not really getting the entire land sampled. So that would not be the best way to do it either, because there's still a high chance that you could miss something. So what I think would be the best sample is a stratified random sample. Stratified means that you're breaking the population up into subgroups. So as you can see on my paper, I broke up the landfill into 4 different subgroups that are circled in red, and I labeled them 1 through 4, and it's going clockwise around the entire picture. So each month, one of the sampling ways they could do is they could take a random sample of each of the different little areas. So they'll take 2 or 3 points from section 1, section 2, section 3, and section 4, so that you're getting a sample of the overall area, which is really important because you don't want to just exclude an area that could be polluted, because if you can look closely, there's monitoring sites at 4 and 5, but the pollutants are also could be on the other side of the lake. Like they said, there was pollutants at 12 and 13, and if you look, that's on the complete opposite side. So you don't want to miss that. But by doing a random sample of each subsection, there's a good chance that you could catch it, because you're not just doing the same sites, and you're not just doing it in number order, because if you do it in number order, they're pretty close together. So there's still a chance you could miss something just because you're not doing every single point and every single well, but doing a stratified random sample would be the best way to ensure that all of the area is being covered and you get the most samples that you can for the money. Like they said, they don't want to monitor every single site every single month. So if they have to cut back, doing a stratified random sample of each of the subsections would be the best way to hopefully catch any pollutants that there might be and cut down on their cost, which was their main concern in the problem, it seemed like. So this is my video. I hope it helps, and good luck with your problem sets.